Steve Cologne with Cologne of Villaplana. I want to talk to you a little about evictions, especially evictions in New York. So when I represent a seller, the first thing that I like to do is ask them if they have any tenants. And if they have tenants and the deal that they accepted was that the tenants are going to vacate, well, I've been in enough situations where, tenants are maybe the greatest tenants in the world and they were your friends and you had family barbecues and all worked out. It's something else when you're kicking them out the home. And it may not be kicking them out the home, but you want to sell, you warned them in advance, they told you they were leaving. Well, what happens if they can't get a place that's affordable or suits their needs? Maybe they don't have a car and they're relying on close transportation. It's a lot different where a lot of times the tenant may unfortunately not be able to leave even though they told you they would, whether again it's financial reasons or other reasons. So you have to start that process, the eviction process, right away. I like to tell my selling clients, blame it on the attorney, say that the buyer's attorney was demanding that we went formal even though I know you're going to leave. Blame it on me as your attorney, saying that the seller's attorney is a mean attorney, he represents me, but at the same token, this is what he's making us do. Make us the bad guy so that you don't have to look like the bad person, but you want to serve them with a notice to vacate if they don't have a lease in effect. If they have a lease in effect, then you really are going to a contract where you must protect yourself and say, if I can't get the tenant out, I'm not in default. You don't want to be sued. And you still want to do the same thing in the eviction process where you're going to use best efforts to get the tenant out. And part of best efforts are going to be serving them with a notice to vacate. Now in New York, that notice has to be given before the first of the month. And it has to be at least 30 days. So if you want someone to vacate, let's say this is December 15th, you can't serve them and expect them to be out by the 1st of January. That is probably that's not going to be effective on December 15th notice until February 1st. Okay, it's before that January 1st date and then for 30 days. Now, New York's had some recent laws. Depending how long the person's lived there, it's going to be a 30-day notice, a 60-day notice, or a 90-day notice. And if they have programs, you're going to have to involve the programs in an eviction process. Any which way, that is pretty much my main concern for sellers. I wanted to make sure that you guys understood that. There's a lot of deals that have fell apart because the sellers counted on their tenants' integrity too much or their promises. Make sure you do what you have to do to protect yourself in the contract. Alert your attorney, and make sure you don't sign a new lease when you're in a contract with a buyer. That's also an issue. As for buyers, if you're buying a place with tenants, I usually try to have the sellers give me an estoppel letter that says that that tenant does not have a right to, is not currently suing the landlord, that tenant states that this is the rent, that this is the lease, or it's month to month, this is what we're paying, this is security currently held. You want all that laid out. For those that buy with programs, not a problem. After the closing, you're gonna get the program to switch everything over. You cannot sign a lease with a tenant while you're buying. You gotta wait till you're an owner. So, and that's actually a good thing because if they're month to month, for instance, you can choose if you want to evict that tenant later on. Some people, you may realize you regret living with them once you've lived with them. So you may not want to rush to sign that lease right away. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. I know it's a short video, but hopefully it'll generate the questions you need to ask. Thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying the videos that you've watched today. They're not meant to be a substitution for speaking with your legal professional, but just an educational tool. Thank you.